Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, switch. Say up. So. Kizami, showman. Hi. Otakari. Hi. Okay, come on up. Gonna go ahead and warm up here. Up and down. Let's get the blood flowing on Saturday morning. Back and forth. Side to side. And center. And jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And keep jumping. Switch, scissoring. And hips. And center. And slow it down and yummy. Check it out. And arms forward. And arms back. And across your chest. Elbows back. And yame, shoulders back. And left arm across your chest. And right arm. And left arm up behind your back. Elbow up. And switch. And yame. Hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Feet 2 shoulder wide apart. Bend forward. Bring your hands up toward the ceiling. And yame. Head up and down. Shoulder to shoulder. And rotate left and right. And around the circle. And switch. And yame. Feet 2 shoulder wide apart. Side bend left. And switch. And switch this time. Left foot 45 to the back. And switch 45 degrees towards the back. And yame. Straight back. And straight forward. Hey, right hand to the left foot. And switch. Left hand to the right foot. And yame. Okay, we're going to do a side lunge. Keep both feet flat on the ground for now. All the way down. And stretch. And switch. And switch. And your right toes up. And switch. And your left toes up. And your way up. Okay, left front stance. And keep your back straight. Hips forward. Chin up. Shoulders back and down. Roll your hips forward. Do the stretch in the front of your hip. A little longer and steeper. Heel up. Back straight. All the way down. Forward into a lunge. And tuck your front foot in. Stretch. Back into lunge. And straighten front leg. And reach forward towards the floor, stretching your hamstrings. And yummy. Right front stance. So much easier for me on this side because this Achilles is normal. That one is still recovering.
This side's easier for me too. I'm trying to get that back foot turned the right way. This one's fine, the other one's not.
I also wonder if this is why I prefer, fighting southpaw. Kudos.
I like some of the moves better coming to my left side than my right.
Yeah. Not as symmetrical as they should be, I guess. Longer, deeper. Down into a lunge. And all the way down, stretching. And tuck your front foot in. And back up into a lunge. Straighten front leg. Down, stretch your hamstrings. And yummy. Okay, center. Spread your legs. Slide into kind of a soft split right here. Okay, bend forward, stretch. Reach towards the left. Center. And towards the right. Looks like my wife and kids are home. I'm recording.
After all these years, I can almost get it towards the middle.
And center. Slide a little deeper, further. And hold it. And turn to the left. And center. And to the right. Center. And bring your feet in. Ibrach, horse stance. And push your right knee out. And switch, push your left knee out. And grab both your ankles. Push your knees out with your elbows. And lower your tailbone towards the floor. And yummy up. Hips side to side. Forward and back. Rotate to the left. And switch. Right. All right, knees together, left. And right. And yummy. Right leg back. Stretching quads. Front of your thigh. Switch. And yame. Feet together. Walk your hands out. Push your right heel towards the ground, stretching your calf. And switch. And both heels. And yame up. And shake it out. And turn around, adjust your gi. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started with the warm up. We're just going to warm up with a little bit of Kihon and basics. Okay, Shizen Tai. Okay, kind of a Heikodachi. Okay, which is kind of a natural stance about shoulder width, feet parallel, pointing to the front. Okay, left hand out, right hand chambered. And Koshi Kamai here. And we're just going to practice our punches, just sliding out and turning over. Ready? Each. And other side. Hey. Han. Shi. Go. Up. Six. Let's see. I'm going to mute for a second. Here we go. Punch. Here. Jump. Okay. Jodan. It's. Hey. Han. Shi. Go. Up. Six. Hatch. Two. Two. Hey. This time back to Chudan, okay? But from Chudan, we're going to go 2 punches, okay? Ready? It's. Hey. San. Shi. Go. Hut. Six. Touch. Here. Two. Okay, what I want you to try to figure out here is feeling your punch, but not having it all come from your arm, okay? We talk about the full body, right? We talk about the full body punch. We talk about using your lower leg, pushing, rotating your hip, and then punching this way, kind of taking the force from the floor all the way through your body to the fist, okay? But the problem is I think a lot of people have the middle of that linkage kind of deficient, right? We focus a lot on this, right? But there's a connection between our upper and lower half of the body. It is not as simple as just our hips, okay? There's a lower back component too. So I want you to imagine an X, which goes from my left buttock to my right armpit back here, and vice versa. And that X, okay, is like a rubber band. So when you actually punch, I want you to punch, right? And then I want you to basically come back, right? And I want you to kind of feel like you pull on that rope from the left buttock to the right armpit here as you punch. Okay, kind of pull it taut like this. Yeah, okay, so focus on that center part. So first punch is just to relax. Second one, okay, focus on pulling that same relaxed feeling in the arm. Okay, that's why I want you to do 2 punches. Relax, and then the second one, pull while keeping the arm relaxed. Okay, ready? Itch. Ai. San. Chi. Go. Uk. Six. Hut. Two. Two. Hey, good, Yame. Okay, yoi. Same thing this time, okay? Left hand out. But we're going to do this. We're going to go Sammonzuki, once to the face, 2 to the stomach. Okay, I want you to focus on tensing up the opposite buttock from the punch that you're punching. Okay, to try to kind of make that body connection. Ready? Itch. Ai, san, chi, go. So left buttock, right buttock, left buttock. Uk, tich, hach, hit, ja. Hey, Ave. Relax. Okay, you gotta put some stance into it. Okay, give yourself just a little bit of runway space. We're not gonna go too far. Hey, yoit! Get up. Hey! From here, gonna work on our stance a little bit. Okay. So as you know, our basic stance: front leg bent, back leg straight. Okay, both feet pointing relatively forward as much as you can. Okay, you got most of your weight in the front, 60 to 80, 20 to 40 in the back, right? We always know that, right? The hips back straight. Now, when it comes to alignment, especially for those with declining flexibility with age, I think sometimes what happens is that our back leg starts to turn out as we start to lose the flexibility in the front of our hip and thigh. It's important to try not to let that happen. Stretching is one way to do it, but the other is also it's all about alignment. So, because the thing is, if this is a front stance, Zenkutsudachi, in karate, the idea is that everything is pushing to the front, and you're using your lower half of the body to help with that forward applied technique, right? So if your knee's out here, your force is pointing this way. If I try to use the biggest muscles on my leg, hamstrings, quad, glute, with my leg pointing this way, in order to really engage that, I'm going to push myself offline, and I don't want that. I want to orient everything to the front. So try not to let this happen, okay? Point forward this way. So how do we prevent that? The problem is that with multiple joints, there's a lot of vulnerability here. So we can sometimes cheat a little bit. Our knees out this way, we bring our ankle this way, and our knees still this way. See, the front of my thigh is still pointing to the side, all right? Even though maybe by turning my ankle in, you can't tell as much, okay? But remember, this is Zenkutsudachi, front stance, not Fudo-dachi or Sochin-dachi, which is a different stance, okay? So we want to be deliberate about this. So what you want to do is turn not just your feet forward, but your thigh. Imagine the front of your thighs are facing forward, okay? So that's your front stance. And you can maintain that even by turning the hip on me, okay? See, my knee is still this way. My hip is pointing this way, all right? Relatively speaking, I've now turned this hip in. That's what I've done in order to create a half face. But that allows me to still keep my knee forward because I'm still facing forward. So the idea is when you go hanmi, not just to turn the whole lower half of the body this way, turn just your hip. And what that does is it tensions that X. The X we talked about from right to left, right? So it creates a tension across the back here, especially if you're in this stance here, you should feel it in the left buttock right here, okay? Such that you can actually now pull on it, and then therefore you can throw your punch. That makes sense? So anyways, just the concept, So we're going to practice that with just stepping forward, oizuki, okay? Okay. Front of your thigh pointing forward. Okay, ready? Each. Okay, front of your thigh should be pointing forward. And sun. Going back. Each. Sun. And forward. Each. Sun. And back. Each. Sun. If you don't have a lot of space, you could do just staying in place. Each. You can do that, okay? Your pods will yelp at you faster, and you just switch, okay? Okay, continuing. Itch. E. Try to avoid the tendency to do that. San. It's. E. San. Yame. Shake it out. Hey, yoi. Hidari ganba. Chue. Hai. This time, oi-zuki. Gyaku-zuki. Okay. Oi-zuki. Run your thigh forward. Okay. Gyaku-zuki. This way you have the opportunity now to use this to add to the punch a lot more efficiently. Ready? Ich. Ai. San. Then going back. Ich. Ai. San. Okay, again. Ich. Ai. San. Going back. Ich. Ai. San. There you have it. Shake it out. Hey, yoi. She's in tight. Just gonna practice Uraken. Uraken, okay? You can do Uraken on top or below, okay? In Shotokan, we default to on top, okay? Couple of important points here. When you do Uraken, try not to have this gap. Either bring it close, parallel. Some people do this, and that's okay. But the idea is that you have to close the gap, okay? We'll start with left first. Ich. Ai. And relax. San. Shi. Bring it back. Uraken. Chamber. Hold it and then back. Shi. Hold that pose. Then back. San. And back. Shi. And back. Oh. And back. Okay, a little explanation here. As you bring the chamber position up, as you bring this back, okay, as the Uraken goes elbow, okay, so you move your elbow first and then your arm, okay, using the larger muscles here, just like how we were talking about using your punching, using the larger lower extremity muscles and then ending up here. Same idea. Use your lat, use your extenders here first, then your triceps, okay, and then out, okay. The last thing you're supposed to do also is as you do that, don't miss out the opportunity to use your shoulder blade muscles, okay, your scapular retractors here. So you bring this out and then you bring your scapula in as well, okay. So what that does is that you generate power and then you get this last little bit of stability. So it's got a little bit of, it's anchored at the point of impact. So larger muscles, smaller muscles, hold your shoulder blade back at the same time. Ready? Ich. Ai. San. Shi. Go. Good. Now that we've worked on that, now that we've worked on chambering, the kinetic linking from the muscles, large muscles first, then smaller muscles to whip that out at the same time, pull your shoulder blades back, provide some stability, okay? So we've worked on that. The third thing is going to be hikite, your draw hand, okay? So don't forget about your draw hand, okay? Pulling this way, especially when you apply it, you're gonna grab somebody's arm, you're gonna pull them towards you right into your back fist, okay? So hikite is important for application. Okay, ready? Ich. Ai. San. Shi. Go. Okay, back and forth, ready? Ich. Hold this. Ai. Hold it. San. Hold it. Shi. Go. Up. 6, 8, 9, 10. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, really whip it in there and snap, snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, yabe. Shoulders, relax, stretch. Hey, yoi. Okay, just like your koshi uruken, okay, we're going to practice facing forward. Now, when you do this, I want you to feel something, okay? We're going to do this without moving our hips. Just like this, into the front, okay? You're going to feel something very awkward. Okay, we're just going to do it a few times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, go other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. You guys feel something? Or maybe perhaps better put a lack of something, right? It feels weaker. It feels a lot weaker if you don't move your hips, right? Why is that? It has to do with that X we talked about. When you pull, by the way, there's an X in the front too, okay? So when you pull, these X's that we're talking about, these are just general concepts, but they're actually based on anatomy. We actually have these fascial bands which connect all parts of our body, and we're using those. Karate techniques is why I love sports medicine and karate, is that we teach a technique that's been honed over years and years and hundreds of years of trial and error, but there's actually an anatomic basis for it. And so that's really cool to me as a sports medicine doc. And so I think that you can really see it in the technique. So when you do uruken to the front, it becomes really weak unless you have to turn your back to connect, because you can't connect your lower half and the upper half in this direction. It's the wrong fascial highway. Okay, so that's why when we do uruken to the front, we turn our hip because it feels differently. So let's do that now, and you'll feel a difference. Okay, starting with left. 1, 2, 3. Take your time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feel different? It feels stronger, right? It feels more stable, more likely. Yeah. So I think it's because of that, your ability to be able to retract all those little nuances we talked about with Ludikin, right? So I think that's important for us to do. So with Ludikin, it's important to have the right hip mechanics in order to connect the lower half of the body. Okay, so the same thing actually goes with Shito, because it's the same sort of relative motions, okay? So we're going to work on that a bit, okay? So with Shito, we're going to do the first couple without turning your hip, like this. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Now, you can actually make this a little stronger without turning your hips if you use Koshi Shindo hip vibration, which is sort of it's what we use in karate as a way to kind of eke out some of the benefit of hip rotation to allow us to connect the lower half of the body, the upper half of the body, without actually rotating our hip. It's not as efficient. The packet size of energy that gets transmitted are smaller, but at the same time, it allows us to afford that. So now let's do it with Koshi Shindo, just with the hip vibration. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, good. See, a little bit stronger, right? Next, we're going to do it with hip rotation. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you guys feel the difference there? Should be able to feel a pretty significant difference between the three, okay? And so, the next technique, shito, okay? And then shito this way, okay? So remember, you're going to use koshi shindo, rotation, and then vibration, and then rotation. Ready? Ich, ei, ich, ei, ich, ei, ich, ei, ich, ei. Good, one count. Ich, ei, han, chi, go. Hey, this time, smoothly, okay? One count, but go. Okay. Ich, ei, han, chi, go. Hey, yeah, man. Shake it out. Hey, yo. From Hanmi position, we're going to step forward. So forward, Shitoji, Hoshi Shindo, hip vibration. And then rotate back with hip rotation and Koshi-uchi this way. Okay? Koshi Shindo, Koshi Kaiten. Ready? Hip vibration, hip rotation. Hidari gerambara. Tre! Ich! Hey! Ich! Hey! Hey, going back. Ich! Hey! Ich! Hey! Good. One count. Ich! Hey! Going back. Ich! Hey! Hey, yeah, man. Hey. That's it. Hey, hidari, kokotsurachi, shituoke, left leg forward, right leg back, knife hand block, okay, in back stance. Ready? Ich. Okay, from this position, moving forward, shituoke, okay, then shito, shito, okay. So you got your block, and then you're gonna go full front, and then try to do half front or yaku hanmi for this one. Ready? Each. Oh, no, my bad. Sorry. From here, step forward, block first. Each block. Knee, two knife hand strikes. Each. A. And stepping back. Each. A. Each. A. Going forward. Each. A. Each. A. Going back. Each. A. Each. A. Hey, one count. Each. A. Going back. Each. A. And yeah, man. Hey. Yes, man. Take a little sip of water. So it's all about alignment, okay? About alignment. That's why technique feels stronger when your hip and your body is in different positions. Hey, yo! Time to get him. Hey. For this position, just gonna warm up for kicks, warm up for baigiri. From here, keeping your support leg bent, bring your kicking leg up, knee up, high and tight, and then bring it down. Ready? Ich. Ei. Tan. And bote. Ich. Hey. Tan. And bote. This time you're going to bring it up high and tight. Imagine you're taking your entire right side of the lower body and cramping it into a ball. Okay. That's what you're doing here. You're making a big ball out of it. And then you're going to rotate this way with that ball. That includes your leg, your thigh, your knee, and your hip, more importantly. Imagine that this whole thing is a crumpled up piece of paper. Now we're going to roll it this way, this way. Not as simple as just pushing your hip forward. You're going to do that with the other side. The other hip is just pushing forward, linear movement. But the hip on the right is actually scooching forward this way. So let's add that this way. So the feeling is not that I'm just hiking up. The feeling is that band, so there's a different highway that goes straight up and down. That band is pulling this way, okay? But you're keeping the paper from unraveling first. You ready? Each. Hey. So it's almost like you feel like you're gonna throw your kick eventually, but you're not throwing it even from the hips, you're throwing it from back here, the sacrum. San. Rebote. Each. Hey. San. Bote. Hey, this time, add your snap. Snap out, snap back. Make sure you snap back. Each. Hey. San. Bote. Crumple up that paper, roll it, and then whip out the kick. Each. Hey. San. Hey. Bote. Faster, more relaxed, but still that same kind of, it's like a spin to the bowling ball, okay? Hitch! Hey! San! Bote! Hitch! Hey! San! Bote! Hitch! Hey! Snap! San! Snap! Bote! Hitch! Hey! San! Bote! Hey, Ame! Hey! Yasame! Okay. Working on Yokogeri Kyagi. Okay. Yokogeri Kyagi. Different from Kikomi. So Kikomi, Yokogeri Kikomi, side thrust kick. If you're kicking to the side, knee comes up, hips come this way, and Kikomi means thrust. The thrust. So you're gonna then, as you extend, turn your support leg out a bit so you can use your glutes, which are your biggest muscles, and then back. So basically you're trying to do this in one line, like a battering ram. Battering ram's got to be straight, right? So you're going to go one line this way. So that's Kikomi. Versus Kyagi, which is a snap. It's a whipping motion. Much like the difference between our punches, one line like a battering ram, versus uraken, like links on a chain, like a whip, right? You're creating this kind of centrifugal momentum, okay, that you're trying to use as well. Okay, so that's the idea. So it's different. The travel of all the forces, instead of going straight like this, curves. It's almost like you're doing the uraken like that. Okay, so just like when you do an uraken, your elbow goes first, right? In this case, your knee goes first. That's why you point the knee out for kyage. So in yoko kyage, you have your knee out, and the knee acts as almost like a swivel point. This, as if your elbow's doing that. Okay. Okay, so that's your swivel point. So let's practice that so that we don't confuse the difference. Okay. So left first, knee, point your knee, then swivel and back. Point your knee, just like point your elbow, uruken and back. Point your knee, swivel and back, knee still out and then down. Okay. Left side first, each knee, point your knee, then swivel. San, point your knee, then swivel. Shi, go, tich, hach, hi, ju. Very good. Now this time it becomes difficult when you do this slowly because what happens is that you have to balance on one leg, which means your force ends up being pushed back. See how my center of gravity? My center of gravity is in between. But if I break down techniques artificially in class like I've been doing, I hold this leg up. If I told you to hold this up, you automatically push your weight over this leg so you don't fall over, which unfortunately is actually not how you do the kick. When you do the kick, your center of gravity should be in front of your leg. But we wanted to focus on that mechanic. Reality is, when you do this technique, okay, when you do it, it's not here, it's here. And that's why you see us apply it while we practice in class in kiberachi. It's not just to make your thighs burn. I know sensei likes to do that, but it's so that you can practice the weight shifting so that when you fire the kick, your center of gravity is not over your supporting leg. So let's practice that without the stance. From here, I'm gonna have you kyagi, but as you kyagi, I want you to land over here, okay? So that you can get used to pushing your hip. Ready? Your knee. Point your knee while you're falling over and then kick. So 3 counts. Ich, knee. Okay. Ich, knee, san. Okay. Ich, knee, san. Up. Ich, knee, san. Feel yourself falling as you do it. You don't just extend because it's comfortable. Actually throw the kick because you're falling. Okay. Ich, knee. Ich, knee. Ich, knee. Ich, knee. Good. Now we're actually going to do this from kiberachi. Right? Kiberachi. Going to crisscross this way, kosanach. As you come up. Okay, but as you do it, not like how I just did it, which I kept my weight back. No. As your weight goes forward. Okay. Ich, san. Ich, san. Other side. Ich, san. Ich, san. Hey, 1 count. Ich, ah. Other side. Ich, and yame. Okay, relax. All right, we'll do one exercise on this. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see me lying down. Maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah, I'll do it this way. So lie down on your side. Okay, either side. And then the side of your leg that is not touching the ground, gonna point the knee up straight up at the ceiling. Okay, straight up at the ceiling right here. Okay, so that is your second position. And then now all you're gonna do is basically turn, keeping your knee there. You're gonna turn, but as you do that, you're gonna turn so that your heel is above your toes. Okay, ready. Ich, ei, san, shi. Don't have your toes above your heels. Ich, i, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, kyu, two. Okay, good. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go straight up. Okay, not forward, not backwards. Straight up. Hook, sitch, touch, two, jaw. Hey, switch. Yeah. Ready. Each. See, my toes are up. Now turn them down and back. E and back. Time and back. C and back. Oh and back. Okay, one count. Each. A. Ton. Keep them straight up. T. Go. Up. Sitch. Toes down. Hutch. Go. Da. Hey, one more. 10 more. Itch. A. Ton. T. Go. Up. Sitch. Hutch. Go. Da. Hey, yummy. And up. And loosen up your hips. Side to side. Stretch. Stretch. All right, keep it at Okugeri Kyage. Hinge. Hey. Hey, bote. Hinge. Hey. Bote. Hinge. Hey. Bote. Hinge. Hey. Hey, abe. Hey. That's it. Okay. All right, one more combo to work on, and then we'll call it, okay? So we talked about alignment and linking today. We gave you examples in the upper and lower body. I'm going to give you an example of an upper body one, okay? So this should help. I want to teach you a combo that I think you guys may have seen. People do, but I think it's done incorrectly. So first one, let's just set it up. So hidari zenkutsudachi. Giramba hajime. You've seen this combo, okay, gyaku-zuki position, where from here you go agi, right, and then you go age-empi-kekomi-uchi, right, which is okay, all right. So we're gonna do that a couple times. Ready? Each, a, san, chi. Good. Other side. Each, a, san, chi. Good. Now this works fine because even though this is not a snapping movement, it's a circular movement, not a linear movement. So you got agi, right? Then you come over here, your elbow, while you're rotating your hip, your elbow goes upward this way, okay? It's not thrusting this way. If you were to try to use the same motion as a thrusting motion, it's going to feel weak. So let's go ahead and try that now. So from here, okay, try to, from here, agi-uki, agi-empi, and try to thrust forward, okay? Ready? Itch. A. San. Other side. Just to get the feel. Itch. A. San. I'm talking about driving forward with the elbow. What happens is that we have a tendency, because we just went up, to come down with it. That's not the technique I'm talking about. I'm talking about forward this way. What's hard about it is you notice I had to even shift my whole weight in order to even make it work. So the point is that if you want to use internal mechanics to make it strong, you can't do it in this position because your hip is forward. It is much better to do it to the side. So let's reverse that for a second. This time, instead of gyaku-zuki, choku-zuki. Same leg, same hand, okay? It's gonna feel weird, but just bear with me. We're gonna go aguki, gyaku-aguki, gyaku-okuri-zuki, and then from here, go straight. Ready? Just on your own, one count. Each. 8. 3. 8, other side, just get the feel. 1. 8. Let's show the side view. 3. Hey, yame. Should feel different. Slightly different, because we're still just using just the body and not necessarily translating the whole body. So you see this where people come in and they go Sambozuki, right? And then they come in Okuri-zuki, and then boom, this way, right? Well, people go, oh, it's for movies, it's not in kata, it's not real, right? It actually is in kata. Niju shiho. Like, the kata that starts off this way, right? Niju shiho. Well, second half of the kata, this way. Then you go forward and then back. So it's actually in our kata. So when you come in and go, it's actually in our kata. So when you do a forward kind of ramming sort of elbow strike, you have to have translation of motion, and you should be on your side somewhat, not in the front, like I just showed. That's why I'm purposely making it harder for you. So if you need to do, let's say you found yourself in a situation in a fight, your elbow's here, seat opening here, your hand is here, this hand's tied up somehow. You're thinking, holy cow, I can't use my hands. I'm a little too close for my knee, although you could probably slip a knee in here, but my elbow's right there. Rather than just doing this, which is just going to tickle them, okay? From here, switch to the kata. You can even grab the hand that's blocking you here. This way, just like the kata. Just like this way. Just get in deep, and you're in there, okay? Kata is very applicable. It's not just meant for in this sparring, open, no impediments sort of situation. Kata gets really useful when your hands get tied up, okay? So anyways, let's work on that combo here. So, Kamai Dutch. From here, we're going to go kizami-zuki. And instead of just gyaku-zuki, okuri-zuki. Okuri-zuki is where it's like gyaku-zuki, but you switch into one stance. This way, okay? So, kizami, okuri, and then end up, okay, with age-empi-kekomi, okay? This way. Ready? Slowly. 1, 2, 3. And come on. 1, 2, 3. And come on. Good. Volte. 1, 2, 3. And come on. 1, 2, 3. And come on. Volte. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Volte. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on. One count slowly. 1、えい、終わって、1、えい、come on. Hey, one count, couple more. 1、えい、3、4、come on. 終わって、やめ。はい、休め。All right, turn around, fix your gi. Okay, スベラッチ。正座。黙想。せめ、同族を一つ人格反省にするべきこと。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つ、豊広選手を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重ずること。一つ、決起の意を今しむること。正面に、はい。お手狩り、はい。おす、ありがとうございます。はい、はい。はい、ありがとうございます。